Oh, good morning and welcome back to the Library of Horror Hotel. Time once again for Creepy Cheapies, where we discuss the best in Halloween masks. And by the way, it has come to my attention that a number of humans have specific questions for me about one thing or another, and I'm not really able to address you back and forth this way. And so we'll be doing some viewer mail segments in the foreseeable future. So if you do have a question, however you want to get hold of the Creepy Cheapies headquarters. And do we have a shot of the Creepy Cheapies headquarters? Do we have a photo of the Creepy? Yeah. And a very special thanks to Christopher Dabrowski for the excellent and very cool and very weird illustration of the prototype Creepy Cheapies building. The most awesome Creepy Cheapies headquarters blueprint imaginable. But anyway, we'll be doing some viewer mail. And what's that? There is. Okay, I'm being told there's a letter in the drawer for me right here in the library table, and that I should read it before I go any further. Okay, now continuing right along to today's mask. It happens to be a scarecrow, and what do I always like about scarecrow masks? You know what I'm going to say. It's so easy to costume them. It's fun to make scarecrow costumes because you can put all kinds of junk together, different kinds of fabrics, and make them look like mud and dirt and grime, and make them look all old and creepy and spooky. And it's fun to make scarecrow costumes, and it's easy. You can use almost any old clothes for a scarecrow costume. It's really odd that when I was still alive, there weren't many scarecrow masks out there. They're kind of an icon of Halloween, and yet there weren't many masks. The not the Cowardly Lion, he's a lion. The scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz is just about the only one that I can remember from when I was a kid. You just couldn't get a lot of good scarecrow masks, but you certainly can now, including this horrifying thing, the Sinister Scarecrow. How great is that on a scale of 1 to... Ugh. Pretty great, I think. Dig that guy, And if somebody buries him out in the cornfield, you'll have to dig him up again. What a cool mask from the weirdos at Oktober Studios. That's October with a K. No, that would be Oktober. No, I know. Not like that. They know what I mean. They get it. They get it, don't you? Don't you? Don't you really? You don't get it? Well, we'll have it explained to them properly if they don't get it. Where were we? Oh, yeah. The Sinister Scarecrow is a 2022, I believe. Yeah, 22 production from Oktober. And just to make sure you're spelling it correctly, we'll show you this. You see that? What does that say right there? It says Oktober Studios, spelt with a K, October, instead of a C right after the O at the beginning. You see the K? That's the deal with how that whole thing works. And the Sinister Scarecrow is one of the creepier ones, I think. He's got this very malformed, swollen, uneven head, which is creepy and nightmarish. And I will show you the back. He's slit up the back for easy wearing, and again, he's a scarecrow, so it's not going to matter that much what they see in the back if it isn't, perfect. I suppose you could put some Velcro on there if you're really worried about it, but I don't think I'd worry about it with him being the kind of character he is, which is to say he should look sort of raggedy and asymmetrical and lumpy and uneven and lopsided and don't you give me that look. I'm not going to have any jokes from you. No. Don't even go there. Don't you even think about making a joke. But anyway, one of the curious things, there's one strange thing about this mask. And I know everybody's thinking, what? How could there be anything strange about that? But that's not possible. No, there is one strange thing about this guy. Some copies have this solid red eye that's like a blood-filled orb on this side, as opposed to the big button on the other side. But some copies have it painted in like an eye, like a person's blue eye, like a blue iris and a black pupil on a white eye. So if you have a preference, you might ask the seller what the eye looks like. Or, it's kind of a crapshoot, because if you get the one you won't like, you'd be like, oh shoot, oh crap, and then you'll be unhappy that you didn't. But actually, I would be happy with either one. I like the blood red eye because it's more supernatural looking, but I kind of like that human looking eye too, because it looks like there's more of a malign intelligence at work back in there when you see an eye that looks like there could have been a person's, this might have been a person's skull at one time, or if not a person, what sort of skull was it? Some sort of animal skull. Doesn't look quite like a cow skull, doesn't look quite like a werewolf skull, or a you know, the skull of a steer or a pig or anything, but definitely looks like it started out as something not quite human and pretty creepy. This would be a great fun one to wear at the haunted hayride or the haunted corn maze, especially because it's very creepy looking and people don't get any particular personality from it, as far as, you know, whether it's what it's thinking, whether it's friendly or not. You would assume it's probably not friendly, even if you didn't know that it was called the Sinister Scarecrow. And no, it's not from the movie Sinister with Deputy what's his name, or any of those. It's not from any of those films like that, but highly recommended. I believe these run about $70. Is that correct? And as with all the Oktober studio stuff I've seen, the quality is very good. They're very thick, heavy, sturdy, you know, has some heft to it, has some weight to it. Nice masks from Oktober Studios. And I like this crazy button with the little, I don't know if you can see that little leather string, it looks like. That's all just sculpted in, but looks like a little leather string holding a button there in his one eye, and where the fabric has rotted away, there's this weird toothy skull sticking out, and it gives him a really unique profile. Yeah, look at that. So I recommend this guy for all the right horrifying circumstances in your life, such as if you want to wear him to the monster convention or the Halloween costume party or trick-or-treating or the church bake sale. Thank you.